Today we are going to study capital structure. Capital structure means the decisions related to the financing pattern or that proportion of use of different sources in raising funds. There are mainly two major long-term sources of funds: shareholders fund and borrowed funds. Capital structure refers to the proportion of debt and equity used for financing the operations of business. In other words, capital structure refers to the mix between owner's fund and borrowed funds. It can be calculated. It can be calculated as debt equity ratio or as the proportion of debt in total capital. Now, the factors affecting capital structure decisions. There are many factors that affect the capital structure decision. First is cash flow position. While deciding the capital structure, future cash flow position should be kept in mind. If the company wants to raise debt, it must ensure that sufficient cash flow are expected to meet debt obligations. There must be surplus cash also to meet normal business operations. In situation of shortage of cash, company should use more of equity. So company must estimate the projected cash flow before deciding debt equity ratio in capital structure. Second is risk consideration. Use of more debt increases the financial risk of a business. Financial risk means that a company is unable to meet its fixed financial charges, as for example, payment of interest, preference dividend, and repayment of principal amount. Apart from the financial risk, every business has some operating risk. Business risk depends upon fixed operating cost such as rent, salary, insurance premium, etc. Higher fixed operating costs result in higher business risk and vice versa. The total risk depends upon both financial as well as business risk. If a business risk is lower, then its capacity to use debt is higher, whereas in case of higher business risk, firm's capacity to use debt is lower. Next factor is interest coverage ratio. ICR refers to the number of times earning before interest and taxes of a company covers the interest and obligations. ICR is called as ICR equal to EBIT divided by interest. The higher the ratio, the lower is the risk of company failing to meet its interest payment obligations. However, this ratio is not adequate measure because sometimes a company may have high EBIT but low cash balance. Along with interest, repayment of debt is also equally important. Debt service coverage ratio. Debt service coverage ratio takes care of the deficiencies referred to in the interest coverage ratio. The cash profit generated by the operations are compared with total cash required to pay fixed financial charges. Example: preference, dividend, and interest. DSCR is calculated as DSCR equal to profit after tax plus interest plus non-cash expenses divided by preference dividend plus interest payment obligations. A higher DSCR indicates better ability to meet cash commitments, so the company's potential to increase debt rises. Cost of debt. The company can employ more debt in its capital structure if the interest rate on debt is less. However, in case of higher cost of debt, company prefers more of equity. Cost of equity. Shareholders expect a rate of return on their equity for bearing risk. When a company increases debt, the financial risk faced by the equity shareholders also increases. Consequently, their desired rate of return may increase. Therefore, a company cannot use debt beyond a certain limit. If debt is used beyond that time, cost of equity may go up sharply and share prices may decrease. Hence, for maximization of shareholders' wealth, debt can be used only up to a level. Flotation cost. Cost of raising fund is called flotation cost. Example, cost of advertising, printing, prospectus, etc. Flotation cost affect the choice of capital structure of a company. As higher the flotation cost, less attractive the source of finance may be. The cost of raising funds from various sources should be carefully estimated before making a choice. Securities with minimum flotation cost should be preferred. Tax rate. Interest on debt is a tax deductible expense. Therefore, a higher tax rate makes debt relatively cheaper. So, more debt can be used. On the other hand, dividend is paid out of after profit tax. So, it is not tax deductible. Control considerations. Issue of debt normally does not cause a dilution of management control over the business, whereas issue of more equity may reduce the management's holding in the company. There is threat of takeover also. So, if the management of a company is interested in retaining control over the matters of the business, it will use more debt, but only up to a certain limit. Flexibility. If a company uses its debt potential to the full, it loses flexibility to issue further debt. To maintain flexibility, it must maintain some borrowing power for unforeseen circumstances. Regulatory framework. Every company operates within a regulatory framework provided by the law. For example, public issue of shares and debentures are made as per the guidelines issued by the SEBI. Similarly, raising funds from banks and other financial institutions require fulfillment of various other norms. Generally, companies prefer those sources of finance which have easy and less legal and regulatory requirements. Stock market conditions. The stock market conditions also affect the capital structure of a company. During boom period, equity shares can be easily issued even at higher price. However, during depression or recession period, a company may find it difficult to raise equity capitals and hence it may opt for debt. Capital structure of other companies. Debt equity ratio of other companies in the same industry act as a guidelines for planning the capital structure. That is, companies should follow the industry norms. However, it should not follow the industry norms blindly. For example, if the business risk of a company is higher, it cannot raise more debt, which raises financial risk to follow industry norms because in such a situation the total or overall risk will be higher. Last factor is return on investment. ROI is another crucial factor which helps in deciding the capital structure. If return on investment of the company is more than the rate of interest, then profit earned by the equity shareholders increases. This is called trading on equity. Trading on equity refers to the increase in profit earned by the equity shareholders due to the presence of fixed financial charges like interest. Thus, the shareholders of a company are likely to gain with a debt component in the capital employed. The use of more debt along with equity increases earning per share. This is because debt loans carry fixed amount of interest, which is a tax deductible expense. Benefit to shareholders will realize only if the ROI is greater than the rate of interest on debt. In order to prove that the shareholders of a company are likely to gain with debt component in their capital employed. So that's all for today.